evening. You're watching The Right Stand on CNN News 18 with me, Poonam Burde. Gujarat voted today in the first phase. Not in large numbers, but over 50% of the people came out and exercised their franchise in 89 seats. But the battle for Gujarat is only halfway through. 4 days later, on the 5th of December, 93 constituencies will decide on their next government. Many believe this election is a cakewalk for the BJP. For the son of the soil who undertook a historic roadshow today. That roadshow is still underway in Ahmedabad, a 50-kilometer one at that. A sea of saffron greeting him at every nook and corner. There are streets that are lined with BJP supporters, with voters waiting to catch a glimpse of the Prime Minister. But his personal connect with the people of the state goes beyond just today. It goes back decades. That has been his theme as well during the course of this campaigning. But today, as he was campaigning for phase 2, he took a direct aim at the Congress party's president, Mallikarjun Kharge. The Ravan jibe met with an equal retort from the Prime Minister, who made this not about the personal attacks on him, but instead the Congress's attack on the Hindu faith and specifically Lord Ram. Now, before we deep dive into whether this is the latest nail in the Congress's political coffin, so to say, in Gujarat, let's take a look at what transpired today.
कितने हैं भाई? क्या आपके रावण के जैसा 100 मुख है? क्या है? समझ में नहीं आता.
હવે તમે મને કહો, રામ ભક્તોના ધરતી પર રામ ભક્તોની સામે એમના પાસે બોલાવડાવવામાં આવ્યું કે તમે મોદીને 100 માથાવાળો રાવણ કહો.
गुजरात की जनता ने बैलेट बॉक्स के अंदर जवाब दिया. इस बार भी इसका जवाब, मोदी जी के अपमान का जवाब गुजरात की जनता जरूर देगी.
Now, the Congress is being tagged as a habitual offender when it comes to insulting the Hindu faith. Remember, just a few days ago on campaign trail in Gujarat, the Prime Minister reminded voters of how the UPA and its leaders had coined the term Hindu terror after the 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks. Now, let me take you through some of the other comments that have been made by Congress leaders over the years, which is why the Prime Minister and the BJP time and again have been talking about how Hindus are a soft target, especially for the Congress party. Shivraj Patil in October this year, in fact, said that Gita teaches lessons of jihad just like Islam. This happened just 2 months ago. Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary in August of this year said that the government is worshipping Ravan in the name of Ram. Again, a Ravan reference being brought to the fore for the Modi government. Gyanvapi survey is nothing but a big tamasha, said Ashok Gehlot, while he mocked the entire tussle that is even going on in the courts of this country, multiple one at that, including the highest court in the country. Salman Khurshid in 2021 in November had said that Hindutva is similar to jihadis, Islam of ISIS and Boko Haram. That's another comment that had triggered a big storm. Digvijay Singh, remember, in 2019 in September had come out and said that rapists dress up in bhagwa, in saffron and rape in temples. He was trying to put the BJP in the dog when he was making that comment. Shashi Tharoor also had made similar comments. This was in 2019, where he said that the BJP talks about clean Ganga, but Yogi washing his sins all naked in the Sangam. Remember, all of these traditions and cultures are extremely dear to the Hindu faith, to the Hindus, practicing Hindus in this country. Modi is like a scorpion sitting on a shivling, is what Shashi Tharoor had also said back in 2018. Which is why we now have the BJP and the Prime Minister reminding the Congress of these comments that have been made time and again by their leaders. So the question we ask on The Right Stand tonight is, has the Prime Minister, with his Ravan retort, hurt the Congress where it hurts the most? Is the Astha insult going to hurt the Congress in its electoral prospects in Gujarat? That's the question we're asking, and to debate that, joining me on this broadcast is BJP's Rajya Sabha MP GVL Narasimha Rao, spokesperson of the Congress Charan Singh Sapra, political analyst and Managing Director of Governance Now Kailash Adhikari also with me, and Suman Raman, a political analyst as well, with me on this broadcast. Charan Singh Sapra, I'd like to get you started on this. We're seeing the Prime Minister undertake a massive roadshow as we speak in Ahmedabad. It's 50 kilometers long. It's been over 3 hours. People have been waiting patiently through the streets at every nook and corner. The BJP believes this election is a mere formality. and with what the Prime Minister today said about the Hindu faith being insulted, the Hindu Astha being insulted, and the Congress keeps doing that, do you think it is going to be an extremely tough fight for the Congress party, especially when votes are cast on the 5th of December?
See, Poonam, if you are talking about the road show which the Prime Minister has undertaken today, I feel that road show is only in Ahmedabad, whereas the similar situation might not be in the other parts of Gujarat or maybe in the rural areas. And let me also point out, if you are trying to say that Narendra Modi's popularity is increasing year by year, let me remind you that in Gujarat, if you are saying that the popularity of Narendra Modi is increasing year by year, then maybe their seats should also increase, but their seats are decreasing. Like in 2002, they had 127 seats. Then in
Mr.
2007,
Sabra, I'm
they had
just going to
117.
interrupt you there for a minute just to correct
110.
you, because I'm not saying anything. This is what the people of the state are saying, who we've spoken to since this morning, who've been ad voting. Both of what the BJP is saying. It's not my perception, sir. But yes, go ahead.
I'm saying this is the perception which the media is trying to create, or the BJP workers are trying to create. I'm replying to that. And in 2017, they came to 99. So if the popularity is increasing, why the seats are decreasing? Number one. Number two, the Prime Minister and the BJP, whether it is Yogi Adityanath or Amit Shah or Paresh Rawal or whosoever it is, no BJP leader is talking on the local issues of people of Gujarat. They don't want to discuss Morbi, where 140 people died. I would rather like to say that they were killed and the big fish is still absconding. There is not even the mention of the big fish name in the FIR. They are not ready to talk about the dry state which had a huge tragedy and 70 people died in that.
Is the Congress talking about it on campaign trail though? Because it seems like Mallikarjun Kharge and Madhusudan Mistry, other Congress leaders on campaign trail want to talk about the Prime Minister's auqat and him being Ravan. So are these issues really existent on ground? Many of the voters that we spoke to said they are not existent. Development is there. BJP has done what it could. This is what the voters said today that we spoke to. And if the Congress thinks these are issues, then why aren't they talking about it? That is exactly what I'm trying to ask you. Why is Mallikarjun Kharge talking about Ravan and equating him to the Prime Minister?
Let me complete. Your question is of around 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Give me at least 30-40 seconds. See, you must have spoken to a different set of people. Gujarat is not only the set of people whom CNN has interviewed. Gujarat is a 13 crore or 14 crore population. You haven't been there in the rural areas. You are only taking interviews or bites in the cities. So where I was, that BJP doesn't want to talk on the real issues of unemployment, of inflation, of price rise. They don't want to go into that. They don't want to speak on the health issues where the health sector is totally privatized. It has become costly now. They don't want to talk about education where education is entirely privatized. They don't want to talk about the government jobs which are only on contract. So these are the difficulties, practical difficulties of the people of Gujarat, the poor people or the lower middle class people of Gujarat, which Congress party is taking, and that campaign of Congress party has gone to the roots of Gujarat in the rural as well as in the urban area. I feel the results are going to be shocking. Now, as far as you are talking about the Ravan jibe of Mr. Kharge, you see the whole context of his speech. He was talking about the kind of situation in the country, how the economic situation is in the doldrum. The rupee has gone down to 83 as compared to the dollar. He was talking about the manufacturing industry going into the losses, MSME being closed, trade deficit is being increased. He was talking about that there are so many problems in the country, and the Prime Minister of the country is only working like an election machine, whether that is the Lok Sabha election, whether that is the Assembly election or the corporation election. Prime Minister doesn't have 100 heads. This is what he has said. Now, also I would like to complete by saying that GVL is sitting on the show. It was GVL who called Rahul ji Khilji. Hemanta Biswa says Rahul ji Saddam. Thereafter, Prime Minister himself, he said hybrid bachda. Prime Minister calls Sonia Gandhi as Jersey
So you're saying that the BJP can't have moral high ground on this because they've resorted to similar tactics in the past.
He calls Congress party as Deepak. and
Right.
Pune, Punjab.
So I get your point,
Now,
Mr.
what is
Sapra, that you're trying to
upsetting?
say that the
If
BJP
has
can't claim
started
high
that,
moral ground
what
on
is
this, and I would like
upsetting
GVL
if
Narasimha
somebody
Rao,
has
once he's back with us
compared,
on
he
this
has not
broadcast,
mentioned him as
to
Ravan.
actually
He
come
has
and
said you
respond to
don't
that.
have 100 heads like a Ravan.
Sure. Sure, Mr. Sapra, I understand what you're trying to say. We just lost the link with GVL Narasimha Rao, but we'll try and get him back. But Kailash Adhikari is with us on this broadcast. And Kailash Adhikari, the BJP can't claim high moral ground, says the Congress, because they've done so in the past as well. But talking about this particular issue, this particular comment and the rebuttal that came to the fore and the elections that we are witnessing currently, do you think it's going to have any effect, or is it just about optics?
You know, Poonam, I mean, we should also remember that long ago when the Congress coined the word of Maut Ka Saudagar for Honorable Prime Minister and the then Chief Minister, what the results were. So the Congress, you know, as you rightly mentioned in your opening address, is a habitual offender. And since 2014, I think because of deep frustration or electoral losses or state by state they are losing, and the states which they have, there is infighting. We just saw about how Gehlotji addressed Sachin Pilot a few days ago, one of the two states that is actually left with them. So this is a result of deep frustration and complete disorientation. And it has been time and again that Congress leaders have hurled abuse at the Prime Minister without taking cognizance of the fact that they are hurling abuses at the office of the Prime Minister, which as Indians we must all respect. A. Manishankar Iyer, before 2014, calling him a chai wala, now trying to refer by saying that Gujarat ke log usse apni auqat dikha denge. And these are all that do not go well in front of the voters. They have seen the kind of development that Gujarat has seen over the past 20 years when the Honorable Prime Minister was the then Chief Minister, and now that the country has witnessed since 2014. So I personally believe that the party, in its bid to just push any agenda, is completely disoriented and hurling abuses at the Prime Minister, hurting the fate of the majority. They are completely seen as an anti-majority party after 2014, and they cannot shy away from that. So all these tactics are just, you know, they are boomeranging.
Sure. And we've seen that in the past as well. Like you mentioned, the comments that have come to the fore in the past and the political repercussions that they've had for the Congress party. And GVL Narasimha Rao, before we lost that line with you, Charan Singh Sapra was saying that the BJP can't claim high moral ground on this. We've had such discourse politically for a long time now. We've had such comments come to the fore from several BJP leaders, even from the Prime Minister on certain occasions. So it's all just about campaigning. It's all just about trading barbs in politics, and that's just how it is.
Poonam, good evening to you and all the panelists. I have a bit of I think link problem, so I request you not to interrupt. The comments that Mr. Sapra is making today on the show, the Congress party is not there, Congress leadership is not there in the field making these comments. Mr. Kharge also wants to get cheap publicity, and in fact he is speaking the lines that are given to him by Rahul Gandhi. See, my allegation is that Mr. Kharge, a very senior politician, a very respected politician, he is actually being made, he's being appointed as a notional president of the Congress party and not a national president of the Congress party. And he has been sort of outsourced the kind of jibes that Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi, the kind of invective that they have been known for. They have outsourced it to Mr. Kharge and literally made him a scapegoat. I think I would give a benefit of doubt to Mr. Kharge, but not to the Congress party, which realizes that it is going to lose Gujarat very badly, and they are only trying to throw some jibes at us to get some very vicarious pleasure for insulting the Prime Minister. They know they are losing this election. That's the reason why Rahul Gandhi has not set his foot on Gujarat soil. He was there seen only one day. He's roaming everywhere in the country, but not going to Gujarat.
Sure.
So is this not an admission of a massive impending defeat by the Congress party?
Sure, it's not just Gujarat. Rahul Gandhi has even skipped Himachal during his Bharat Jodo Yatra.
Yes, he's been mostly going to stay.
Right, we'll try and fix that link with GVL Narasimha Rao. But Charan Singh Sapra, I see you raising your hand there. And why is Rahul Gandhi missing from the scene? That's a question many people are asking. You say the BJP is propping up the Prime Minister every election, be it at the civic body level, at the state level, at the national level. Well, he is their star campaigner. He campaigns for the party. He is, like you said, an election winning machine. So why would they not use him? Why would they not ride on that popularity? What is stopping the Congress from using its top leaders, including Rahul Gandhi? And the Bharat Jodo Yatra would have been a great opportunity if it had passed through Gujarat.
See, Shri Rahul Gandhi is not missing from the scene. Let me remind you that when he started his Bharat Jodo Yatra on 7th September, before that on the 5th September, he visited Gujarat, he visited the Gandhi ashram over there, and there was a big public rally which he addressed. Thereafter, he has been to Gujarat and he had a couple of public meetings over there. Now, Bharat Jodo Yatra was planned much before the election dates were announced. Now, this is a bigger concept, a bigger yatra, and a bigger thought in mind, a bigger vision in mind to eradicate the kind of politics the BJP and RSS is indulging into. Shri Rahul Gandhi has a bigger motto. So and going to Gujarat and Himachal was not possible because of the kind of distance. It is a Pad Yatra. It is not a yatra by a car or by a rath. So you need to understand the practicality of that. Now I would like to answer GVL also. GVL spoke about Prime Minister being spoken like that or demeaning the Prime Minister. Let me remind GVL that Narendra Modi also put a jibe to Dr. Manmohan Singh when he said Mohan Singh, and when he said that he has the art of having a bath with the raincoat. And also GVL, look at this. This I feel if you can take a close-up of this. This is a cartoon in which Mahatma Gandhi has been labeled as a Ravan by RSS magazine Agrani in 1946. Mahatma Gandhi is shown as a Ravan, and the 10 heads are Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Jawaharlal Nehru, Maulana Azad, Sarojini Naidu, and all those leaders who were the freedom fighters. Now, if RSS is publishing Mahatma Gandhi as a Ravan, then GVL and the entire BJP, including Prime Minister, has to apologize for this. They need to answer that what are they going to do with this, where the RSS magazine is saying that Mahatma Gandhi is a Ravan, and you are asking for votes in Gujarat in the name of Mahatma Gandhi and Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, whom they have shown as Ravan in your magazine in 1946 as Agrani magazine. Please answer this. Why Mahatma Gandhi is shown as a Ravan by RSS, which is your ideological senior?
I think it's completely irrelevant here. I don't know which magazine and which author has written about this. Who's the cartoonist?
Now, when you don't have the
BJP does
answer,
not
it is
necessarily.
When you don't have the answer, it becomes
Mr. Sabra, I
irrelevant.
gave you your opportunity to speak. Let him counter, and then I'll come back to you.
BJP does not approve of anything that is written in magazines, even supported or run by RSS. They have their independent point of view, and cartoonists have their creative freedom. We are not like the Congress party where we ban books because those books have something about the life of Sonia Gandhi. Even books where her actual past was presented were banned from being published or being sold in India. We are not as intolerant. We are not intolerant like you are. The question today is, Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister raised this issue. You had questioned existence of Lord Ram in Supreme Court. You filed an affidavit saying that Lord Ram did not exist. He's a myth. So how on earth could you come up with something again? Why did you have to resort to Ravan?
Right.
Is this not an attempt?
Sure. So coming back to the entire narrative here, yes, coming back to the entire narrative here that we are discussing, and Charan Singh Sapra, yes, I am coming to you. But coming back to the narrative that we are talking about here, it's about the Ravan analogy, what the Prime Minister said today, that Congress habitually has been dismissing the very existence of Ram. They've been opposing Lord Ram, and then they keep doing this time and again. So just today, just in an attempt to insult the Prime Minister, you dragged in Ramayana.
Poonam, I would not like to give an escape route to GVL today. He needs to apologize for this. He needs to denounce this. He needs to denounce the RSS today. And when he said that Prime Minister is not bigger than Mahatma Gandhi. Here Mahatma Gandhi is shown as a Ravan. You need to apologize on the behalf of RSS. If you believe in RSS, please apologize. If you believe in RSS ideology, You apologize on the behalf of RSS.
You are running away from the
Mahatma
debate
Gandhi
today.
is not bigger than Narendra Modi. Mahatma Gandhi is not bigger than Prime Minister
you
Modi
saying-
is not
No,
bigger
no,
than
let me
Mahatma
ask-
Gandhi.
no, let me
You
ask
need
him.
to apologize.
Okay,
Go ahead.
You need to
clarify
apologize
my
on this.
position, Mr.
When the
Thapra.
freedom fighters are shown as Ravan by the RSS,
No, so,
Either
so by
apologize-
comparing...
Sure, I will come. I will come
No, no.
back to you, GVL. I will come back to you. But Sumansi Raman has been patiently waiting on this debate, and I apologize for having made you wait all this while. But you've heard the kind of narrative that has been going on, both on this debate and in the electoral battlefield as well. Now, the Congress is often accused of being a Chunavi Hindu. Every time we see Congress leaders, including Rahul Gandhi, who goes to these temples right ahead of elections, and we kind of see the barbs coming out about how this religion or the Hindu faith is just of convenience for politics. It's the same argument that is made against the BJP as well, that you are pushing your Hindutva narrative. So, does it all boil down to just that? It's all optics pandering to one particular vote bank. That's all that is there to it.
Poonam, after 27 years in power, the BJP has exclusively two issues to take to the people. One, Prime Minister Narendra Modi's personal popularity and charisma, and polarization politics. Isn't it sad to see the Prime Minister conduct roadshow after roadshow, meeting after meeting, campaigning where his party has been in power for 27 years, for God's sake? They should be winning without campaigning if they have delivered governance. They are facing a divided opposition. They are facing a Congress party that is debilitated. And the Prime Minister is going road to road in Gujarat seeking votes for the party. What does it tell you about governance having been delivered to the people? If governance had been delivered, would their trump card, the Prime Minister, need to do this kind of massive campaigning over the last few days? Go and count the number of rallies the Prime Minister has addressed. Check every weekend over the last 3-4 weekends where the Prime Minister has spent. How many rallies? You tell me. If Mr. GVL Narasimha Rao says that he is likely to win Gujarat, I agree with him. But certainly it is not because they have delivered phenomenal governance. They have two trump cards. One is one is the Prime Minister, and the second, of course, is the usual, they are insulting Hindus, Hindu khatre mein hai, and creating polarization.
Sure.
Should they not be winning on governance, for God's sake? And why should the Prime Minister even have to campaign? If the
Why not?
BJP
He's their
in
star
5
campaigner.
years... No, 1 second, let me finish.
Yes, go ahead.
The point is, Mr. Narendra Modi, irrespective of the BJP winning this election, is not going to be the Chief Minister of Gujarat. Do we all agree on that?
Sure.
So, where is the local face? Where is the local leadership? Taking ownership and saying, look, we have delivered good governance. Yes, the Prime Minister is a star campaigner. He will address 2 or 3 meetings for this election. He has got bigger things to do, and we will run this campaign. Where are they? Have anyone seen anything about the regional?
Sure, and I want
leaders?
GVL Narasimha Rao to respond to that. So, Narendra Modi and the Modi magic, as the BJP calls it, is not your trump card, is your desperate card, because you have nothing else.
No, even for municipality election, only Prime Minister
Yeah,
has
so
to come
it's
and
out of
campaign for
desperation.
them.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Sumansi Raman, so it's out of desperation because you have nothing else. So he's your only card, he's not your trump card. Is the allegation that's often made against you, not just in Gujarat.
No, Suman perhaps does not know, but let me tell Mr. Suman, Prime Minister Modi ji, when he was Chief Minister of Gujarat for 12 long years, he never campaigned in any local body election, including Gandhinagar Municipal Corporation, Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation, Surat Municipal. He never campaigned in any of them. Therefore, you should not stop misleading people, number one. Number two, why should he not campaign in elections? If your question is you performed well for 27 years, therefore you should sit home, let others come and spread their lies. You allow Kejriwal or Rahul Gandhi or Kharge to come and abuse you.
No. Have you heard of a gentleman called Bhupendra Patel? Have you heard of him, Mr. Narasimha?
He's campaigned as well. He's had roadshows as well.
Shouldn't he be shouldering this campaign? The Prime Minister is a star campaigner. Who are the local leaders?
But we've seen this in several other states as well. Gujarat is no different, and in fact with Gujarat, the Prime Minister has a special connect. He's been the longest serving Chief Minister of that state.
That's the point. That's the point. You are left with exclusively one card, which you bring out after election. Yes, the Prime Minister has the huge charisma, which is winning the BJP elections. There is no doubt about it.
Sure.
But who else? There's nobody else in the local leadership, and we're seeing it in state after state.
Sure.
I mean, the Prime Minister, honestly, after so many years, 8 years now plus as the Prime Minister, 14 years as Chief Minister of Gujarat, and he still has to hit the road every time because the BJP cannot win without him. It's reaching that stage now.
Sure. So all the politicking that we have seen on ground, phase 1 is over. The people of Gujarat in phase 1 have decided it's 4 more days for phase 2. The BJP believes this is going to be a cakewalk. There are many critics who do not agree. So 27 years of anti-incumbency has to hit them somewhere. What many critics believe, is what many political pundits believe as well. But voters are going to decide, and come 8th of December, you will know what exactly is on the voters' mind and how they voted. And we here on CNN News 18 will be getting you all of those details. Unfortunately, I'm running out of time, but I thank you all, gentlemen, for joining us here on this broadcast with your perspective. On the other side, we are going to get you ground reports of what exactly has transpired in Gujarat on day 1 of voting. What is on the voters' mind? What is their mandate? Stay tuned for that.